Hello, Tiana Gustafson here with Tiana TV. This week's Trailer Diaries, not in a trailer again, but I'm in a car diaries. Today I actually wanted to share with you what I'm doing today, and I wanted to give some tips and tricks to help others that may be in the same situation. So you may be thinking, what are you doing today? Well, I'm doing a huge social media presentation for one of my clients that I work with. It's a local gym. It's called Kennedy Clubs. And I'm going to be providing information as to a switch they're doing in the social media realm and marketing. And that's one of the things I do, social media marketing. So all dressed up and got my makeup on, my hair done. Woo! Such a win! But what I actually wanted to share with you was when you're faced with perhaps a stressful situation or public speaking or performing or presentations or interviews or whatever kind of thing it is that you're going in front of other people, whether it's one person or many, what are some tips and tricks you can use right now, today? Let's say you're doing it later and you found this because of a keyword search, like how to relax before a presentation. So I'm going to share with you things that I've learned in my many years performing. When I was very young, I was a singer, and before I even started performing my own songs, I would perform as a singer, and I was truly painfully shy. I'm not sure what encouraged me to want to sing, but I do know now, looking back, it was a connection. I wanted to connect with others. So one thing to think about, and that brings up the first point of what to remember, is it's not about you, it's about them. So whether you're a performer or you're in this job interview or you're doing a presentation, is one thing that you just need to remember is it's not about you, it's about them. Well, what does that actually mean? One of my classes in college was with Livingston Taylor, who's James Taylor's brother, and he's his own amazing songwriter in his own right, and has written for a lot of stars you may not even realize. And he taught one of my classes in college, and his class was one of my favorites because he really gave us real world advice instead of just like these philosophies and theories on whether it was songwriting or performing. And one of the things I remember him always saying was, it's not about you, it's about them. And he said, he had mentioned he was at a Stevie Nicks concert, I believe, and he looked around him, and everybody was just like hugging their loved one or just swaying to the music by themselves. Whatever they were doing was, when you think about it, if you're at a concert, for example, are you really thinking about, oh, I wonder how that experience is for them up there? Maybe for a minute, but not usually. Usually it's about you as an audience member and you and your experience there. So bring that all back to any situation, whether it's a job interview or a presentation, the people you're presenting to, or a talk. You need to remember that the people are there really kind of to be entertained at all times, but to really have them, are in a place of control to help them feel good. So if you come in confident and really sure of yourself, that puts them at ease because you can then help them feel good about the situation. If you come in nervous and you're like this, human beings are very sensitive beings, men and women. And when somebody's nervous and feeling like uptight, they're going to sense that. So the one thing that I do to remember that it's about them, not me, is I say I'm confident. I also say a little prayer. I dress really nice and comfortable and pretty clothes, or manly clothes if you're a man, but comfortable is also important in my opinion, because it may be really nice clothes, but if I'm uncomfortable, I feel uncomfortable, and then that presents out that I'm uncomfortable. So just keep in mind there's actually a lot that goes into even a little interview or a big presentation or a performance, that you really want to be comfortable in your own skin. You want to be really prepared. So that's tip number 2. Besides it being about, remember that you're coming to this and it's about them, not you. But number 2 is being prepared. Another thing Livingston Taylor taught me, I love this guy, he was so awesome, was success is when preparation meets opportunity. And I really, really believe that. And so I always tried, and I still try to be as prepared as possible. There's certain things you can't be prepared for. But when you're in the habit of being prepared, so, I stayed up the night before, I have everything printed, I have my cables working for my computer, you've thought of everything you can possibly think of that could go wrong, and you have a backup plan. So having a printout, the woman I'm working with here, she had me email her and she's printing out the things. So worst case scenario, the laptop doesn't work with their system. Like, we still all have a printout and everybody has something they can keep notes in. So it's just about being as prepared as possible. Let's say you're a performer. You want to make sure that you always have an extension cord with you if you need to plug in a sound system. If you're an artist, make sure that you have enough lighting, a videographer as well, or even just a business person, making sure that you have enough resumes with you and enough printouts. It doesn't matter what you do. Being prepared is always a good idea. So we talked about, it's not about you, it's about them, whoever them is. And then number 2, being prepared. And then number 3 is, along with all that, is the confidence thing and being yourself. You offer something that is unique and wonderful and beautiful for this world. And so when you come to a place, no matter what it is, be yourself. Offer that special something and that special perspective that only you have. And when you do that, like for example, when I dress, I'm dressed up, but I'm in a little bit of a hippie gypsy vibe, and my skirt is also, I'll show you really quick. See, my skirt, it's a little hippie-ish. But I used to, when I'd go to meetings, I'd wear these dress pants and the little jacket thing, but I'd get jobs that I didn't want. And when I got there, I was like, oh my goodness, I had to wear this kind of outfit all the time. So it's really important to be yourself, because you're going to attract and even if a person doesn't dress the same way as you, I think that they can appreciate when you're confident in your own skin and in your own clothes and things that you love, as long as it's presentable. Of course, let's be presentable. No yoga pants and tanks for today. It's not workout time, okay? So when you're presenting yourself, be yourself as well. Have those little pieces of you that make you feel nice, that make you feel attractive in your own skin. And it's not that you're going there to pick up anybody, of course. It's just that you're going there to be attracted to them in a professional manner. When people go to a stage, there's certain performers that they do like a whole different look. Like, for example, Lady Gaga. I mean, she's got her own, it's like a different personality than probably who she is at home. Maybe it's not, but the whole look is, it's a dress up factor. Or like even, Elton John, for example, he's got the whole other vibe. But then there's other performers, and they're just dressed kind of down, like let's say Nirvana, and they're like in ragged jeans, and let's say Coldplay is somewhere in the middle. So I'm using musical examples because of my history, but I think they're also good ones for all of us to look at. We know these names, and to say, you know what, they're being themselves, or they've chosen that for themselves. I had people who used to encourage me, like, why don't you try this different vibe that's like, you put on that persona. But what I realized was that wasn't me, and I never felt comfortable with that. And that may be, I know some other really good friends of mine that they do that, and they're awesome at it, and I love that about them. But me, I just really like to be me all the time. Whether I'm a mommy, or I'm on stage performing, or I'm going to this presentation, sure, I may dress different ways, but I'm really acting the same, and I'm being myself. And so you need to find what works for you, and just be you. So to review real quick, it's not about you, it's about them, and that's in a service place. It's not in a negative place. It's a service. You're going there, whatever you do, try and make the people feel good around you. You can do that by being very prepared, being very organized, which was our second point about being as prepared as possible. And third, and by being yourself. Because when you're yourself and you're wearing things and you're doing things that you feel good about yourself, it's going to rub off on others, and you may even inspire others without trying. So, Tiana here, and I hope that this helped you in some way when you're preparing yourself for a presentation, a talk, a speech, a little job interview, or even a meeting with somebody that means a lot to you. So, be your best that you can possibly be, serve others, and be yourself. TianaGustafson.com. You can follow me at Facebook.com/TianaGustafson. As always, the best conversation goes on afterwards. You can leave a comment below or over on Facebook, where we're live and chatting and commenting back with you. It means a lot to connect with you, seriously. So I'd love to hear what you think. And you can tweet also at Twitter at Tiana Gustafson. have a blessed, wonderful day. Be yourself, be prepared, be unique, be organized, and just be you. Have a glorious, wonderful day.